Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Prison Architect. I am so excited to be playing this game. I have to bring you a bonus episode for the week. I was only going to do one, I'm going to do two. We're going to get in like way heavier into the playlist on this next week, but 2 episodes this week. I've got my regular lineup for the week, Darkest Dungeon. I've got a City Skyline one that came out probably yesterday from the time you're viewing this video. And I did a review of I played the Tavern Brawls thing in Hearthstone, and wow, negative, very negative, guys. They've got some work to do there. The decks that they put up against each other were just brutal. No play testing, obviously. Enough about that. Let's get into Prison Architect for the day. Where we left off, we had our first cell block done. We have 10 units in here because all of the challenges will go by, or the grants, I guess they are, will go by blocks of 5 prisoners. You're going to have 15 and I think 30 and 50 and that kind of thing. So it's good to have a layout that has 10 blocks, 10 cells in it. Whoa, I can't talk today. We do need to get the fence in place though, because we are doing kind of a semi-indoor mixed outdoor prison. So that is the next thing we have to get going. And I'm going to grab the fence here and instruct our workmen who are now sitting on their butts doing nothing to build a fence. And fencing is very cheap. You can do a big fence for very little money, so no big deal. The thing about fences is that fences that are accessible, I believe it's 15 squares of your yard. Like, if a person of the public could come within 15 squares of the edge of your fence, they can throw contraband into the prison. And when we get into informants and intelligence, which is right here later on, you'll be able to see where the spots that they were throwing it into. So the thing to do is to make a double fence, and I don't know if we'll do it in this one because we don't have a lot of space on a medium map, but when we eventually sell this prison and start on a large map, we'll definitely do it there. We need to equip our shower, and in order to do that, you grab some shower heads, and I learned something very important about drains today, and I'm going to share that tip with you in just a sec once we've laid these shower heads out. So logically, you would think, hey, you could put a drain right underneath the shower head and the water that's coming down goes into the drain. Well, apparently that's not the case in this game. The drains will take water that is already running. So it has to be flowing water that they receive. So it's better to do your drains away from your shower heads and try not to put shower heads that are like right beside the door. And so if you did like this amount of shower heads, you should be okay. But don't put them right underneath. It won't do anything, apparently. Canteen. We got to put some benches, and then we have to outfit our kitchen. So let's grab some benches and tables. We'll start with the benches. And I like to put the serving trays right outside of the canteen here. So we'll leave there's one space for the serving tray, one space for walking, and then we'll stick a bench there. And then leave a space for the table. Bench, table, bench. That should be plenty enough. We'll leave one walking space. I think we could put another one. Yes, we can. So we can do bench. This is future proofing. We don't need this much space to begin with. And frankly, it's not a good idea to stack your prisoners too densely in the canteen, because this is a place where a lot of murders and assaults and everything just happens in the canteen. The canteen and the showers. You got to make sure you keep your density very low in those 2 places. So we have our canteen outfitted. We just need serving tables now. Let's see if I can find them here. We just need 1 for now. And I believe this can serve 20 inmates per, if I remember right. So we'll just put 1. Now, we need to do cookers, and there was ratios on this as well, and I forget them now. I think it was 1 cooker per 20, but just to be safe, I'm going to do 2 cookers. We'll do 2 fridges, and we'll do 1 sink. 1 sink should be enough to service for now. And we need to run utilities directly underneath. So the sink will connect here, but the appliances do need to have a direct electrical connection, so we'll have to put electrical right under there. So, cooker, fridge, sink. We have our kitchen equipped, and we've got our cell blocks equipped. That should be fine. How's the front door looking? We need to make a reception room here. And reception room requires only one simple thing, and that is a table, I believe. Nope, table, office, desk, chair. I was wrong. So, one office desk, and I like to put a metal detector in the reception room because people are always trying to sneak contraband in through the front door. So we will do that, and metal detectors, I can never find them, so I just search for them. I'm not sure exactly where they're listed. We'll get a metal detector. These things require a direct electrical connection as well, so you have to bring electricity right to the metal detector. And now we need a table, and the table is for stacking uniforms and the like on. So where do we want to put that? We could put it right there. Perfect. So people will come in, they'll get scanned. I'll position a guard here eventually to search the new people that come in. They'll get stripped out of their old clothes and put into their new clothes from the table here. And then they'll get processed through this hallway over to the cell block. And hopefully we've got our fence almost ready to go. They're working on it diligently. We may as well outfit a couple other rooms here. One will be a storage room, which is very important because you don't want things laying about your prison because the people will take the items and use them for very unscrupulous purposes. So you want to make one storage room, and we'll make an office here as well, and we'll outfit that for our warden. So offices need an office desk. Just want to make sure I got the orientation right. A chair. And a filing cabinet. There we go. That is a complete office. So that is going to be for our warden once we get him hired up, and we may as well do that right now because no reason not to. So once this office is complete, he'll take this as his own. You don't need to assign people offices. They will just go to an open office. Did we already assign a storage room? Then we do not need this one. So I'm going to take this right the heck out of here. They can store it in here. I can't remember what I said I was going to use this one for. Maybe a cleaning room or something? I don't know. This was going to be my big security room. I know that. And then offices around here. Oh, there's no entrance to this place. We'll have to get a staff door in. Should we do staff door? Yeah, we'll do one right off of there. Really odd layout. I forgot to put a hallway in here. Should have put a hallway like right here and put all the offices off of the hallway, but I forgot to do that because hey, that happens. And I have this dead zone area in here as well that we're gonna have to figure out. I think we might end up doing like solitary cells or something in there, kind of maybe protective custody eventually, and we'll have like a protective custody servicing area over here with a canteen and kitchen just for them. But we'll leave that for now as just kind of a architect's oops. It's really get the blueprint and there's a like 30-foot empty space between two walls. Very awkward indeed. I should never be a civil planner. Let's speed up the game and get moving. Actually, we are ready to take in prisoners, so let's pop our intake up. We only want 10 prisoners for the day, so that's what we're gonna leave ourselves at, and they will be here in 14 hours. I'm hoping our fence is done by then. It very well should be. They're moving pretty good on it. They have a bunch of logs to take up to the export area as well, which is right here, and very, very handy to do this. I think I gave you that tip in the last video, is to make sure you give yourself an export area. It's for selling things that otherwise can't be used. And later on, when you have a workshop and you can manufacture license plates and the like, those types of things will be exported out of here. I saw another setup that was using, what was it using here? It was using a road gate, this thing here, and it stops the trucks. I'm not sure why you would want to do that. I haven't seen the reason why you would want to do that just yet. I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually why you would want to gate in the trucks. I mean, people are trying to escape on the truck or something like that. I'm not sure. Or it might just be completely for aesthetic purposes that you block the truck in and have like a fenced off area. But I don't know. I'm not sure why that's there just yet. The other thing we should do, because we have it on our list, is to build a yard. And I think, where should we build a yard? Not close to the fence. I think we'll do it interior here. We'll do a, where is yard? Cell, holding cell, yard, where are you? Yard, right there, it was highlighted. So we'll just do like a small yard for the time being. And the prisoners do need some things to do, and one of the things they like to do in the yard is to lift weights, as most prisoners do. So we will put a few weight benches. There's a tree in the way there, so we won't put one there. That should be good enough. And then a couple phone booths, because this fulfills their need for connecting with family. So we'll put a few phone booths in there. Later on, we will, when we get our security center up and running, we'll tap these and get intel from the phone, which will be kind of cool. 6 hours till our prisoners get here, so I think now's probably a good time to hire a couple cooks. I like to do 2 right off the bat, and I think we'll grab a couple guards just to make sure that they're ready to go. We don't have the ability right now, unfortunately, to deploy them to certain areas. Like, we can't say, position yourself here. That comes later in the tech tree. I'll show you the tech tree. Maintenance is probably, I would say, the most important one to get first. Because it unlocks, like, groundskeeping, cleaning, prison labor. These things are very important in the early stages, so I think we'll go with that one first. Finance, also another important one, because there is a grant, a very early grant that is done by unlocking finance, and obviously security. We're going to get all of these in due time, but I think, let's see, what does this give me? Deployment would be the next there, and that's a fairly important one. Not so much maybe in the early stages of the game, but certainly later in the game when you have to station guards in showers or in the canteen because you're constantly getting fights and that sort of thing, then you definitely want deployment. Surveillance, also another one to get later on for sure. Patrols, lots of good stuff on the security wing. The only one that I've found really helpful in this one is the tax relief one. And as eventually the land expansion when you've kind of taken up all that you can take in your current map. But we'll maybe do that one once we have the grant. So I think I'll go with security second. So we just need to build a holding cell. That's what I was going to use here. So for the time being, because we don't have anything back here, I'm going to replace this door. Oh, you know what? No, I can't do a holding cell there. Is this room going to be big enough for a holding cell? That's the question. 5 by 5. It isn't, unfortunately. So we have to make another holding cell area. Oh, shoot. I completely forgot. I wonder if we could just turn this temporarily into a holding cell. As soon as we're done the grant, it's gone. I don't like to use holding cells because they're very, I don't know, kind of disorganized feeling, I guess. So let's just make this a holding cell. We need a couple of objects in here. One, a toilet that has to be plumbed, and a bench somewhere along the line. And we will have to take out these doors and put in jail doors for now, just so our prisoners don't go mucking around. Oh, they're here already, but there's no place to... Oh yeah, they can go in the cell block. They just can't go in the holding cell, which is perfectly fine. That's exactly what I want. It's going to take our guards a while to get these guys back. Now, I kind of want to maintain like a fairly good guard ratio. We have 10 prisoners. You know what I forgot to do, guys? This is embarrassing. I forgot to designate these as cells. So we have to do that. You can drag across all of them. And as soon as you unpause the game here, they should turn into cells. So now we've got capacity for 10. The guards should be taking them away. Usually, I think the ratio I read was 3 guards, or 3 prisoners per 1 guard. So we could do 3 guards here, which we already have, and that should be plenty enough. It should be. Let's get some plumbing in on this toilet here. Where's the nearest water pipe? Could just do a small pipe off of this guy. And once we've got that done, then we'll finish this grant off, and then we can just get rid of this holding cell altogether. I guess I don't even need to do the doors. I could have just left the doors on there. Enclosed. Yeah, we're going to have to enclose it. So let's put the doors back on. Yeah, that was kind of a bit of a janky play there, but no big deal. We don't even need this. We've got enough cells for each one of our prisoners, so no big deal at all. Cell quality average. later on, I think it's in logistics, you can tell, what time is it? Eat. It's time for them to eat. Okay. See, this is why you go for cleaning first, because this is already bloody filthy, and the prisoners absolutely hate the filthy environments. So once we have cleaning, we can hire some janitors, and they'll clean this all up. These things here, though they look nice, it looks like flowers, this is actually weeds growing in your paths, and that's what gardeners are for. They'll come and clean the paths off. This all goes to environment, and the prisoners don't typically like having a dirty environment around them. So we completed our grant, so we can get rid of this holding cell now, thankfully. Let's just take that out of there. We'll dismantle this toilet and dismantle the bench. We'll just have those on hand for later. What is next? Let's check our next grant. Administrative Center, build 2 offices, hire a warden, unlock finance, hire an accountant. Easy one to do. And we are already going for this one, prison maintenance. So we will do that one as well. How long do we have left on? We've got maintenance done. Do we? Yes, we do. So we can go into cleaning and groundskeeping, which we both need, and let's get finance going as well. We could stop this for the time being and get our finance, because we do have to get finance up for our grant. So the prisoners are in the yard. Looks like some of them are using the phone. Again, that fulfills the needs. We don't have that yet because we don't have a psychologist, but this fulfills their need for family. That and the visitation center will both do that. So our warden is hard at work researching financing so we can hire an accountant. 5 hours till we get financing. We do probably want to... maybe we do want to build another block already. I was going to say to shut down intake, but we might actually just do another block. Let me see what... I can't remember how big this thing was. So this is 11 by 16. So if we did another... let's see, that would inclusive of that wall. So we could do 11 by 16. We could extend this block another way. So let's do foundation bricks, 11 by... oh no, I screwed it up. I just jittered right at the last second. There we go. Now we can do another 10 cell blocks in, I think. Yeah, it always screws me up whether to include the wall or not, because this is overlapped. But that should be fine. Power is looking okay. We could probably get another capacitor or 2 in there. We have lots of cash right now, and our positive cash flow is helpful as well. Let's see. Do we have janitors yet? No, but we do have a foreman. And I think we will get his office ready, and that will fulfill the 2 office criteria for the administrative center. So let's get a desk, a chair, and a file cabinet in there for him. Whoops. The staff door kind of looks like a filing cabinet. Two hours to finance. You can see how dirty the place is getting though. Like there's grime everywhere. This is not the worst I've seen it, but it definitely is getting kind of bad. Whoops, see this guy, he doesn't have a cell anymore because we put the new wall in there, but we'll fix that right away. We'll just put a brick wall right there for him and right there for this guy. And then we can just continue on with this design. Just like that. One and one over. One over one. One. Not there. Over one. And then one. Same thing on the other side. And once we have the cloning tool, which gets unlocked later, we can do that in very short order. I did not want to delete that. I think I might have deleted a wall. We'll just get rid of this planning. Okay, so they can get going on building those walls now. Oh, do we have a staff room? We don't have a staff room. Let's turn this room into the temporary staff room. Our people need a place to go, relax, watch some TV, have a drink. If I can find the staff room, there it is. Too small? Nope, just need a sofa and a drink machine. Wide sofa. And drink machine right there. Oh, look at that. They'll rest in it even though the room is not finished. That's kind of an interesting thing to note because I thought the rooms had to be finished before they became functional. So you can see once this off is finished, the foreman just gladly ran into there and claimed it as his own. So time to eat for the prisoners. Do they have shower time? I haven't seen them have a shower time yet. Just in the morning. So we have 11 hours to our new prisoners get here. Let's get their rooms outfitted. We'll just do it in the same layout that we did all the others, because that is the easiest way of doing it, and I think it looks the best too. It looks really good when the things are uniform. I'm not sure why. I don't typically like to do uniform stuff in design type games, but in this game, this ends up looking kind of like, and this may sound a bit weird, but it looks like a circuit board in the end. Very, very odd. I don't know why I think of it that way, but I definitely do. So we got to get some piping. Continue on to get these toilets done. That pipe in the center there may eventually become a big issue for us because the prisoners will tunnel out of a pipe like that. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We may end up having to move that pipe. Okay, I'm not going to put the prison doors on, just like last time, because the workmen cannot open them, and I don't want to have our guards running around making sure that people can get in and out. I think, guys, we're on 22 minutes so far. I think we're going to call it a day here. We got our block expanded. We have our first wave of prisoners in. We've got some staffing going on. We're on a really, really good start here, and I'm liking the design. We can just keep copying this design everywhere we go. Make some up here, spin them the other way. Gonna be a really, really cool playthrough, I think, guys. I hope you stick around. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I'm gonna bring tons more of these videos, plus a lot of other games on the channel that you might be interested in. For today, that's gonna be it though, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.